One thing that all Chinese online films have in common is their utmost focus on the viewer. Expositions are replaced with brief prologues, dialogues are condensed into succinct explanations, and end credits start rolling the second the movie is over. And this in Lycoris Radiata leaves you confused and puzzled. Despite a short runtime of an hour and a half, it's brimming with gaps and inconsistencies that are uncommon for online projects. As a result, you can't help wishing that the movie had been re-edited and cut down by a third. Set in a fantasy world, the film follows Manchu, who is the right hand of the goddess of the underground world Meng-Po. Manchu lives on a small island in the middle of the River of Oblivion. Devoid of any emotions and therefore always impeccably unbiased, the girl lives a dull and joyless life. One day, Manchu's quiet existence is disturbed by a young man named Shaohua. Shaohua tells Manchu about the world of mortals, but more importantly, the young man shows her what a true love is. The unusual title of the film has a double meaning. From one of the scenes, we learn that the shores of the River of Oblivion were once covered with beautiful flowers called Lycoris Radiata. There's more to it though. In China, Lycoris Radiata is known as Manchu Shaohua, which is the names of the two protagonists put together. The opening credits claim that the movie is based on a book of the same name. However, judging by what we see on the screen, it seems to be a typical Chinese fantasy film about immortal creatures that discover the simple human joys, among which is ability to love. This narrative is central to a big number of films, such as a Chinese Ghost Story and Green Snake. It needs to be said that there's a minor plot twist taking place towards the end of the movie. But unfortunately, due to its lack of originality, it fails to revive the viewer's dying interest in the story. It's clear that the filmmakers were guided by their best intentions. Their ambition was to create a story that is deep, sincere, and poignant. In the first half of the film, this approach works like a charm. The slow awakening of Manchu's feelings is portrayed beautifully. The main narrative is unceremoniously interrupted by a side story in which Manchu meets a girl named Xing-Chen that killed her lover after his affection for her had faded. The grief-stricken girl decides to give herself up to Meng-Po in the hope to numb heartache with excruciating physical pain from unbearable torture. This digression doesn't feel like a turn-off though, as it adds to the overall dramatic effect. Unfortunately though, 1 hour into the movie, things start to go downhill. After filmmakers are done setting up chess pieces on the board, turns out that we're in for a most trivial ending. You can't help rolling your eyes as the characters attack each other with lousy special effects, shed tears with a sad soundtrack playing in the background, and pretentiously sacrifice themselves for their loved ones. Instead of further winding up the spring of action and building up dramatic tension, the cinematographers continue to tread water. As a result, you're inevitably losing interest in the film, forgetting all the good things that it delivered in its first hour.